Hello, this is a series of podcasts in which we will learn how to take a grade sheet that looks like this and add a sheet that looks like this, where we can select the student by last name and it will then display their first name, student ID number, their letter grade, their number grade, each of their homework grades, their homework total, midterm grade, final exam grade, their cumulative number grade, and their letter grade, as well as the class average for all of those. And then it will also have a what if row where we can say, okay, what if Armand Hammer got a 8 instead of a 4 on homework 8? He would then have a 79.75 instead of a 78.75. Now, to do this, we're going to start with this basic layout, which is just inputting all of this into the respective cells. Now, the first thing that we're going to do is create the class average row. So, the first thing we need to do is create a class average row in the original gradebook. So we will type class average here, and now this cell will be the sum of the homework 1 grades divided by the number of homework 1 grades, which we will calculate through the count function, which takes the cells listed in the array that you input and counts the number of cells that have numbers in them in that array. So we'll get 6.778. Now we can just drag this over all the way to cumulative score and it will calculate the averages for all of them. Now, since none of the original gradebook cells except cumulative score were in decimals, we're going to take all of these and using the decrease decimal button make them whole numbers. Now, the cumulative score all has 2 decimal points, so we're going to use decrease decimal again to make this one have 2 decimal points. Now, we can use this to calculate the class average letter grade through a function called VLOOKUP. VLOOKUP takes the number we want to look up and takes it into an array where it finds the nearest number in the first column and then inputs or outputs the entry in the cell that is in the column that you list, in this case column 2. So 79.64 gets a C. However, if we want to just use whole numbers, that rounds up to an 80, which is rather confusing if you have 80 as a C, where you know 80 is a B. So what we're going to do is we're going to change it so that a 59.5 rounds up to a D, 69.5 rounds up to a C, 79.5 rounds up to a B, and 89.5 rounds up to an A. So now, see, it automatically changed to a B. So now, we want to add this in over here. So, again, well, you can just do equals, and then click over to this sheet, and select the first entry. So now it displays that here. And now if we drag it over, it creates all of it. So now we have the class average.